Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the broadcast officially. My name is Matthew Schmuck, and shortly I will be joined alongside Coach Jermaine Harmon Jr. on our camera. Jermaine Harmon Sr. I did that to him yesterday as well as Coach Ray Lockwood on camera, who has been giving us quite a bunch of insights. This one right now, meeting at midfield for our 7th grade Central Regional Championship game. The boys in red on black from Mokan, that is Missouri, Kansas, a combined team for them from the Kansas City area, and in blue on white, Team Kentucky. Yesterday, we did not have any rosters for Mokan, but today, a different story entirely. The team mom from Mokan has showed us some major love, and we have one of the best rosters from any program that I have ever been a part of on a broadcast. I'm talking, this thing has got jersey number, name, positions. It's got a tab for closest relative that played college or pro sports, other sports that this current player excels in, and then an interesting fact about that player as well. So we love that. So thank you to our listeners who spread that message to the team mom from Mokan. That way we are able to give all those young men their flowers and let you know a little bit about it. Because on the other side of things, we are Kentucky broadcasters. So we know most of these Kentucky football players and have seen them grow up and have our own interesting tidbits about them. So now, as Coach Harmon joins me on the mic, we will be able to extend our coverage just a little deeper and let you know a little bit about those guys from Mokan. Coach, we saw both these teams yesterday. We know both of them can play. We know Kentucky's going to fly around and have some fun, do some celebrations, and we know Mokan's going to play hard, smash-mouth football. Got some dudes, got some studs. What are you expecting out of this one?
I am expecting a great game. I mean, this is it. Hopefully, you say Mokan got this stuff ready and they saw that. That means Mokan saw our feed.
Right.
And if they saw a feed, they know that this Kentucky team put a target on their back. So let's just sit back, get your snacks, and enjoy this right here. Championship Day, FBU, Central Region. We're trying to get to Naples. They're trying to get to Naples, and the ball is off. Let's play some ball.
Kentucky kicking off right to left on your screen. Mokan going to be on the return. Number 22, Bron Johnson, is the return man for that Mokan special teams. He's got a short return as the Mokan offense will head to the line. A couple of guys to watch for on this Mokan offense team. First, number 44 jumps off the page to me that I remember from yesterday. That's the tight end, Briar Watkins.
Yeah.
He's their guy in the trenches that when they need something, a big play, a big score, that they're going to dump it off to him very, very quickly. And so as Mokan heads to the line, we'll get you a little bit more insight on some other players in a moment. I do remember that the quarterback, number 12, Alex Matney, is a lefty.
Yeah. 23. He's getting the ball. Look at this already.
Number 23 for Mokan, that is Blake Thomas.
Blake Thomas also plays baseball and basketball. Enjoys parkour.
They brought us 2 rosters. Yeah. I thought I had my own over here.
Taught himself how to do a flip, back flip, and a wall flip. Okay.
So I'd like to see some of that later in the evening.
I love it. I love it right there.
And it looks like we broke our down and distance marker over there.
Oh, wow.
The first down chain, excuse me.
That right there's big.
Oh, it's going through it down there. Mokan, 2nd and 2, getting a chance to cool off.
Number 4 is right here. opening up for a quick slant.
It's Elijah Curtis at
Yeah.
the bottom of your screen being guarded by number 32,
Or
David
a
Lawless.
heavy run. Let's see. You got to fight. Fight on the outside, kid. Fight on the outside.
A handoff to
Good
the
pull up.
power back, number 7, Kenzo Hawkerson. His dad, Sanchez Hawkerson, ran track at SMEO. I guess that's Southeastern Missouri. Track and Field Missouri Hall of Fame. And his cousin, Antonio Johnson, is a current Jacksonville Jaguars safety. So if you're wondering how that young man got to be so big and fast, good breeding ground material there. He comes from a lineage of athletes.
There you go. There's the quick slant. Gotcha. Got a false start on the tackle for Mokan.
So that's going to back up that red and black offense a few more yards now. 1st and 15 as they come out in the shotgun dual back set. Solo receivers on each side. Tight end dumps out there from the right.
Come on, what are you waiting on? We had the quarterback wait. Let's see.
Alex Matney passes up.
What's
and
the call?
Incomplete.
That's that right there is a tough call, all right? Because they both was pushing each other, both fighting for the ball. I like what I saw with the ref for holding that one right there. But that right end for Kentucky, I don't understand what he was doing. Who was that? Number 99, Jackson Wells. The quarterback's holding the ball. He's looking at him and just watching him. He's not creeping. He's not attacking. You got to put some pressure on him. You got to do something, kid. Come on.
So that last play, Matney's pass was intended for Elijah Curtis.
They're opening up for this slant right here.
2nd and 15 now here.
There you go right
Matney
there.
Throws
Boom.
it incomplete, just out of the hands of Devin Hill Jr.
Remember yesterday, he's taking the gloves off already.
Look at him.
He put them back on, though. Remember, he took them off, then put them back on. There they are.
Looking at his interesting fact, I wonder who taught him that. Maybe his grandfather, Jim Kearney, who played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, wow.
His mom, Zanette Kearney, also attended K-State University. So he comes from a nice lineage of athletes as well. Matney fumbles the snap and then jumps on it in his backfield. So that's going to back him up even further and lose a down. So what started out to be a pretty exciting offensive drive this series for Mokan has now got these young men looking at a 4th and long situation back relatively deep in their own field.
Then right now, you know, it's cold out there.
It's cold in here.
Yeah, what you said. You know, I went out there and grabbed a couple names from that last game, and oh, wow.
Quick punt.
He still got it off.
Kentucky doesn't have
Get
anybody
away from
there.
it.
That's going to be a big roll hit first
Yeah,
at
nice.
the 40, all the way down at the 30. Look at him throwing his arm out there. That's
love
Devin
it
Hill
right
Jr.
there.
again. I like the way he plays the game of football.
Me as well. You say great-grandfather played for the Kansas City Chiefs, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Jim Kearney.
pretty cool.
Gotcha. I love it.
So Kentucky will now take over. Ball spotted at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
First time we get a chance to see Kentucky's offense in this weather right here.
Couple of guys to watch for Kentucky. They are known for running a double quarterback type of an offense, starting first in that yellow helmet, number 1, Xavier Wooldridge.
Well, I'll tell you this. The first play Kentucky's running is a double reverse.
All right, let's see it. There's number 11 in motion, Colton Reisner, and a flag on the field. False start. I think Reisner moved just a little early.
Let's see.
Excuse me, not Reisner. I think Jackson Wells moved a little early with Reisner in motion is what I meant to say. So it's 1st and 15.
I wonder if
Kentucky.
Coach is going to keep that going.
You think he stays with it?
Yeah. I mean, I talked to him yesterday. I believe that's what we said. First place going to be that. Because they didn't expect it right here. Nope.
No. It's going to be a pitch. That's another guy I want you to watch for, number 20, Caden Lawson.
Yeah.
He's also in that yellow helmet. Now, just because those two young men that I named, number 1, Wooldridge, and a number 20, Lawson, have the same helmet on, they actually are not from the same area. Wooldridge just playing in a different helmet. But when you're as good as he is and play as many positions, I'd want a yellow helmet too. I think his actual helmet is black. That doesn't quite pop like that electric yellow does out there.
Want to be seen?
I get it.
See me.
So Wooldridge in shotgun. He's got a back to each side of him. Twins at the top of your screen. Low man at the bottom is number 2, Carter May. They hand it off to Lawson. Lawson, a stretch play on the top of your screen.
I got a flag out there. It's somewhere in the trenches. What we got?
I bet it comes back, but even if it doesn't, only a gain of 2. It is indeed going to come back, holding against Kentucky.
What do you want? You want to?
You take the down or do you take the yardage? Because if you decline it, it's going to be 3rd and 8. If you take it, it's going to be second and 21-ish. Yeah. And they're going to take it 2nd and 21. I can't blame them for that, especially seeing is how quick some of these Kentucky backs can get downfield.
I tell you this, as a coach, you just hope that extra play that you're giving them doesn't come back to hurt you.
Right. Now in at running back.
Oh, here's
to
the
the
jam
left
down there. Let's see what they got.
Sorry,
Boom.
Burton. He's going to get the handoff. He looks upfield. He's got a nice cut. If he can pick up a block, he does. He's got some space. Another cut. He's back to the original line of scrimmage, so picks up 10.
He would have been all right if his wide receiver stayed on his block. He just needed that wide receiver to stay on that block a little bit longer.
That's Devin Hill Jr., a name we've called a bunch already in this one, and on the tackle. And speaking of gloves, he ends up pulling up the glove of Zyreek Burton on the tackle.
No.
He did. He just had to hand it back to him. You tackle a guy and take his glove off. You're quite the magician right there. That was impressive. Maybe he's just got a good glove plug. He knows a guy or something.
He knows
like
a
that.
guy.
He's like, hey, here, take some of my gloves. All right, so Wooldridge and shotgun again. He's got twins at the top of the little wing tight end there. He rolls out
by him,
to the right.
Nope.
Dumps it off to that winger. That's number 16, Darius Ridner. And Ridner picks up 5.
Ridner's tackled by number 5, Ryan Spickert, who's actually basketball is his other sport. Everything else is not been answered on his.
So 4th and 5 here. Wooldridge still the quarterback this series. Kentucky, like we said, is known for letting 2 quarterbacks run. Yesterday, Wooldridge started out the game like you see he is doing today, and then number 10, Chase Crawford, came in and actually had more success at the quarterback position and let Wooldridge kind of spread out and be an athlete.
Here you have numbers down here. Oh, right here is everything. That hurts. Left guard number
58.
Oh, man.
Landon Collins jumps early.
Oh, man. He just
So 4th and 5 is now 4th and 10. You're thinking go for it at the 35, now back to the 30. You might be thinking punt it. But honestly, Coach, knowing head coach G.J. Wooldridge, he's not one that's going to punt it often. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see Xavier line up, maybe even sling it and run it, use one of his teammates. But I fully expect him to go for it.
I don't even think Northern Pulaski has that's where he's from.
Yeah.
I don't even think they have a punter out there.
Really?
You got to hurry up.
3 seconds on the play clock, 5:25 on the game clock.
They gave it to him. Nope, it's not open.
Drops back, rolls out a smidge. It's tipped.
Oh!
What a play!
What a concentration. It's everything right
First down, Kentucky.
Listen,
what
concentration
a play.
is
Darius
everything.
Ridner caught the last pass and that one too. But, man, we'll remember that one for a while.
Wow.
Nice defensive effort there by Mokan, though. Can't take anything away from them. Got 2 hands on the football now. Wooldridge on
Nice
a
blocking.
design
Woodridge
keeper.
with the run. He got to hold that ball a little bit stronger, though.
Brought down from behind.
I'm looking for Kentucky to look at this and take a bubble screen right here. Yeah.
Cash Denny on the tackle. It's a first down carry
Hands are
for
cold. You got
Wooldridge.
hit. You got switched in. Your hands are cold. Hit.
So Wooldridge still in at quarterback. It looks like he's going to have the entire series.
I hope he's not throwing the ball because he's shaking that hand like something's going on.
Alex Decker was his favorite target yesterday. He's a lone man at the top of the screen, but this time Wooldridge hands it off to Lawson. Lawson able to pick up 2 on the ground before he's met by dang near the entire Mokan defense. Number 42, Micah Phillipson on the play.
I think we're switching quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Something's going on with that hand.
Wooldridge is over there hiding behind some of his teammates on the sideline, but definitely favoring that hand.
Yep.
So it is Chase Crawford in at the quarterback position for this Kentucky offense. And like we said already, he had more success yesterday at that position than Wooldridge did. Now,
I'm just shocked how ready he was.
Right.
That's a good block.
Lawson.
Break attack. Oh.
Can't get it.
Yeah.
Brought down. The tackle's going to be credited to number 22, Braun Johnson, but you've got to
tip your hat to, he's about to say Mokan's defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mokan's defense, they're swarming to the ball. They're moving like they're supposed to. And that right there, because the initial block was a great kick-out block. But Mokan just wasn't got one guy coming to the ball. They had several guys coming to the ball, and that's what made that defensive play work.
Yeah, number 2, the linebacker, Cruz Lewandowski. He sniffed it out from the snap. He's on the far side, able to get down in. You look at him now, he's lined up over in the slats and the flats, but he was the first one to get there. Now, granted,
Here's a blitz coming.
Lewandowski the first one there. He's not made a tackle
yet.
You
gotta block the guy in front of you. 58's looking for a man, and the man runs right past him. You have to hit the guy that comes in front of you.
Listen to me, Coach. Number 2 right now, for some reason, I just can't take my eyes off him. His name's Cruz Lewandowski. On the last 2 plays, now granted, yes, he has missed the tackle. He's not been the one to make it. But both times, he is forcing that Kentucky ball carrier to change his direction.
Yeah,
and then the guy right behind Lewandowski, because we talk about their swarming to the football, Mokan is making the play. But things are being hard for Kentucky because number 2 right now, and he still doesn't have a tackle to his name on the stat sheet.
Well, got to be a tough kid, you know what I'm saying, if he's doing wrestling, right?
Yeah, his dad was a running back at the University of South Dakota as well. Flag, that's delay a game.
And, yep. So what we're seeing is these play calls just a little too fast for Kentucky to call them. I mean, they're used to 40, and this 25 has really been a problem.
And that's something that they're just going to have to clean up.
Oh, yeah.
Should have already cleaned it up before this, to be completely honest with you. But, again, we are talking about young athletes. The caliber is high, and sometimes we forget the age is still low.
Yeah.
As Wooldridge back into the game now at quarterback. He's got he's going to come back on as a punter. And a flag, but a booming punt there by Wooldridge all the way down to the 16.
False start. Flags on flags on flags.
So Kentucky going the wrong way on back-to-back plays because of penalties.
Yeah.
And Ohio just kind of chilling right now and letting them do so. Mokan, I'm all over the place.
It's all right. I got your back, though.
I was a Wisconsin away from the cycle right there, I believe.
It's all right.
Mokan, I'm sorry. So here's Wooldridge, the punt. Mokan back to return.
Not as good as the first one.
Not even close. It's off by 25 yards.
Man. Somebody with that horn, that Mokan horn. Every time they do something slightly well, I just want to see where is it coming from. It's
Yeah. So the Mokan offense, led by quarterback number 12, Alex Matney, is back out onto the field. Matney keeping his hands in that hand warmer behind his body. Very, very cold out there, and he's a guy that's going to sling it a lot. So expect him to do so often, keeping them dry and warm. He still walks to the line. He still hasn't pulled them out yet.
I want to see Kentucky get inside the receivers that on the outside. Like, he's way too far out. Get inside of him.
Big blitz package there for Kentucky.
Good job.
And it goes their way. The ball carrier, number 22 for Mokan. That's Braun Johnson.
Yeah, because he's setting you up to allow that run to actually get on the edge or slant. And so if you play inside, I mean, as an offensive guy, he's not going to be able to do anything to help his team. He can't block you. He's just out there missing piece. So play a little bit more inside, a little bit closer, and don't allow him to get over. I don't think 12 has an arm to actually get the edge like that. We'll see, though.
Let's see. He doesn't throw it
Oh!
very often.
Getting the PI. He said he touched the player before the ball got there.
So back-to-back targets for number 22, Bron Johnson.
That's your boy 22.
And there's the pass interference call against
Automatic.
Kentucky.
Yeah. Automatic first down.
Something to note, the arm strength of Alex Matney is not what we are questioning. That man can definitely sling the football, but it's his footwork. He's never set. He doesn't step up into the pocket. He's a very quick. We compared him yesterday to was he the one we compared to Big Ben?
Is that the Big Ben comparison?
I think he was.
Yeah.
But he's very mobile. He's kind of like a baseball player almost. He creates different arm angles.
Ball's on the ground.
Snap. Kentucky celebrating like they have it, and
Do
they do. There's the signal.
Wow, turnover, Kentucky ball. 51 with the recovery. Jonathan Wolfenbanger.
Hold on.
You got it? Did I butcher it?
I think we slaughtered it.
Wolfenbarger.
I'm going to go
Wolfenbarger. There you go.
Jathan Wolfenbarger.
There you go.
I bet I still said it wrong.
No, you got it. I called him Jonathan. You got me.
I just wanted I wanted us to have to say that last name a couple of times.
So the rain has picked up. The passing game is going to be kind of funny on this one. We going to have to run. It's going to be old school ball right here, fellas.
Ironically, these are two offenses that were rather clean yesterday, and today not able to do so as Woolridge just runs 3 yards out of bounds. What a loss.
Get caught by his dad.
Yeah. So, yeah, the elements definitely a factor today as we see on that Mokan sideline. They're actually putting up a tent and struggling to do so. It's so windy out there. As Kentucky breaks the huddle, heads back to the line, which is now bumped back to their own 41, 2nd and 14. Woolridge hands off to Lawson. Lawson breaks one tackle and is met by the second level. Pick up a 1.
Flag. There's no flag for that? Wow. He was right in front of the ref. Ref talked to him. Number 13, Cash Denny. Yeah, let's see. That played at Central
Missouri State.
Yeah. All right.
His cousin was a baseball player at Rice, actually drafted Steven Saltzbach.
Well, I'll tell you this. He power lifted, and I can see that because he almost power lifted that Kentucky offensive guy out his way. It was a little late hit. It was, just right in between the game. Boys would be boys. You're playing a game, and that's what it was. But I thought he would get hit with a flag, but he didn't.
So 3rd and 11 now. Kentucky still with the football.
You got to throw that.
And he's going to be sacked. Who made that tackle? He popped up. I can't see his number yet. Number 9, Aaron Rivas. Big tackle there for the linebacker.
Well, I tell you this, 5 Kentucky. Let's go ahead and take this little time and talk about it. We'll kick it. Yeah, take the quarter. Take the quarter.
Coach, I know we're not supposed to gamble on youth sporting events, especially as broadcasters, but I want everything in me to put a prop bet on that Mokan tent on the sideline will end up around that 30 soon.
Let's see it. Hold on. Let's get some eyes on it.
Blowing hard.
There you go, right there.
They've got it tied to a wagon and the bench. I think we're going to put we're currently working on it. Is it a speaker?
Yeah. It ain't going nowhere?
No, it's locked in now.
All right.
Somebody's mom's putting in work down there, so we want to give her flowers.
Well, at the end of 1, Kentucky 0, Mokan 0. We'll take a quick break and be back in a minute.
All right, we're back here in Noblesville, Kentucky at the handoff. They're moving left to right now after the quarter break.
Ball's on the ground.
Lawson was on the carry, coughed it up. It's signal recovered by Mokan.
Well, it's Mokan's ball, and it was 4th down.
Okay, so yeah, one way or the other. It's just a matter of where the ball is going to be placed.
That's about it.
So, Coach, I've said it once, but I want to kind of go back and reiterate it. These were two offenses that were relatively clean yesterday as far as scoring, and pretty much every time they touched the football. We talked about it. We saw Kentucky, a lot of team celebrations. They scored so many times yesterday against Indiana.
Yeah. Kentucky was having fun yesterday.
And today he's just struggling to get anything going. But Mokan the same. These elements are really playing a part in it.
Ooh, that right there is big. He could have had them guys. 32 for Kentucky. I don't know what he's doing.
Lewandowski was the ball carrier there.
David Lawless was running with the receiver instead of attacking the running back. That right there threw me off. Kentucky had a miscue. They should have had the play knocked down for a loss, but good play by the running back.
Right, and that's that same guy that I noted on defense that was making his presence known and didn't get his name called. And then on offense, a big play right there. So helping his teams on both sides of the football. It's now 1st and 10 from the Kentucky 25.
Ball's in the air. Did he?
Most caught.
Yeah, he did. Lawless is going to have to wake up on this game. He's putting his hands – no, that wasn't seatbelt. You didn't strap anything. You got lucky, son. That right there, yeah. You got to be ready for that one. I don't think that was a seatbelt right there.
I remember in college watching our DB coach and our wide receivers coach. They went at it every single day, and that was something that the wide receivers coach would harp on all the time. He was like, I helped you there. I dropped the ball. You didn't stop me, and that's almost what happened as Devin Hill Jr. went up against the Kentucky DB that we've mentioned so many times.
Good defensive play by number 18.
Are they saying that he picked that ball off?
No.
There's no way.
No.
Okay. I was about to say. That
ball
hit the turf.
But that play right there, that was all 18. That was 18. Dixon Mount. Where's he from, Coach? You got that other sheet over there.
I only have it for the 8th grade. I don't have the 7th grade.
We don't have the 7th grade. That kid, that was a big play.
So here it is, 3rd and 10, handoff.
You have to fight. Come on.
Hawkerson stretching the field at the top. He's got one, but it runs out of bounds, maybe a gain of 2, depending on where his foot was.
And that right there.
So Mokan stretching the entire length of the field there, going from the near hash to the far sideline.
Should be 4th right now.
But only getting 2 yards out of it. So there we go, 4th and 8. And that poor chain gang guy down there is just going through it.
I'll tell you this.
Chains split
if
2
I'm
different
Mokan,
ways.
I'm throwing it up to number 3 again. I'm going to give him a 50-50 ball. He dropped one.
He gets open very easily. He's just not been able to haul it in. Yesterday we saw a little bit of the same.
Kentucky is trusting their corners. Wow, they're on an island right there. There you go. Here's the play.
So
I caught it.
There it is.
He missed it.
That one is
intercepted. That right there. So that right there is actually a pick. Yeah, it's positive for Mokan. Yeah. Because as a player, you want him to attack everything, but if you would have dropped that, you probably would have gained another 10, 15 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
But
guess what? Yeah. That's going on my huddle.
Howard Bowen could care less about field position right there. He said, if everybody is good on offense, then they can take that extra 12. I'm walking home in a championship game of the region with an interception to my name.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
What do you think Coach Woldridge is over there saying to him? Because Coach Woldridge played a little bit of DB back in the day too, so you can be a coach all you want, but you know what you used to do back in the day.
Good job, son. That's what he's telling him. Good job.
Hey, we could have done it. Yeah, I probably would have picked it off too.
Yep, exactly.
All right, so Kentucky takes over at their own 10, 1st and 10. Number 10.
It's a blitz coming.
It's Crawford. He hands it off to Lawson. Lawson is hit and then continues to fight for forward a yardage.
Yeah, Mokan's been sending these DBs, this inside blitz the whole game.
Yeah,
I wonder
really,
if Kentucky's going to pick up on that and actually
package blitz is there.
Oh,
So
wow.
we hear Coach Lockwood telling us that number 3 for Mokan, Devin Hill Jr. lined up at cornerback now, just absolutely pancaked. The receiver lined up in front of him. Right now it's number 2 Carter May. I'm not sure who it was on that last play. I didn't see. Kentucky bunch trips to the near side. It's going to hand off to Lawson.
You're not
Lawson
getting outside.
is dropped in the
Yeah,
backfield. Number
it's hard.
22. That's a guy I really enjoy watching play. Bron Johnson. Hey, coming up big for that red defense right there, all the way down to the Kentucky 4. Now the Kentucky 3 as they get the ball spotted officially. And it's going to be 3rd and long. Kentucky not where they want to be with 7:55 left on the play here.
Those 15 yards
Second
looking a whole lot
first
better, huh?
half. Yeah. And a timeout called. Kentucky going to call their first one. We'll keep it here, I think. Coach, how much are the elements? I've mentioned a little bit, and you've kind of noted it too.
Yeah.
It's wet, it's cold, it's different for these offensive guys. And granted, you've played football.
So
enough,
when
they're
you're
used
looking
to
at
it,
what these teams did yesterday, so Mokan played an ugly game yesterday and actually won.
Mm-hmm.
So the elements are kind of perfect for what they were
yeah,
doing.
it's kind of in their favor
Yeah.
almost.
Kentucky, it's hurting what they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? From what they did yesterday to what they're doing today, it's hurting them. They want to move it just a little bit on the outside, a little bit better. But I tell you, what's hurting Kentucky right now is that Mokan's a lot faster than they thought they were going to be.
Right. And another thing, too, is we're starting to see more of Xavier Wooldridge in the backfield than we did yesterday.
Yeah.
With the dry elements, you had Chase Crawford out there. He's a gunslinger at quarterback.
You ain't
He
throwing
came
the ball
in
like
and,
this.
and finished it with 2, 3 passing touchdowns. I can't remember exactly how many, but yeah, almost ineffective today with the elements. So
And right here, right now, I hate to jinx this right here, but that football's been right there for a minute.
mm-hmm.
That's a wet ball.
So Crawford, the passing quarterback, still in at that position for Kentucky.
Did I say it once? I'm gonna say it again. That wet ball's right there. I'm gonna be shocked about this exchange right now.
So
Let's see.
Crawford back there, Lawson to his left, now to behind him, and that pistol set. Oh, it's confusion. Lawson spending a lot of time in the end zone, runs out, runs back in.
No, he went forward. He's on the one, but I tell you this.
Barely
I
got
tell you
out.
this right now. I'm snapping it right off the end zone. You earned 2 points right now.
Right.
You're not getting a easy
6.
Yeah. I am snapping it right out the end zone.
I mean, even if you get a let's be devil's advocate. Even if you line up to punt here, you get a good clean snap, a good clean catch, and a good clean punt. Your heels in the end zone. I mean, everything in the end zone. So you're talking about ball 35, 40 on your side of the field. Anyways,
There you go.
and there they
Smart.
go. They take the safety automatic, so that's going to –
So I was wondering where the horn was. The horn is on the DAG sideline by one of the coaches. Wow. Look, did you see that?
I didn't. I heard it a lot louder.
Yeah, right
though.
here. He just hit it behind his back.
That's funny.
One of the Mokan
I
coaches
see
got that
it.
horn.
Yeah, he's on the
Oh,
field
my
at the 30.
gosh. He's on the field with a
Yeah,
horn.
he's holding it right there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So Mokan sneaks away with a 2-point safety, which I believe as Kentucky, you had to concede and give him that one.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're a forward-thinking football coach and you understand that you've got to play chess, not checkers. You're
Yeah.
playing for the later, not just the now.
Yep.
That makes sense because here's what's going to happen is now you're going to kick or punt depending on what Kentucky elects to do on a safety. You can do either of the two, Wooldridge with the T. So he's going to kick off.
Yeah.
Now, one, you get the opportunity to onside it, get the ball back. So you give up 2 instead of 6, and I can, if I get creative, I might be able to get the football back. Or 2, you kick it, boom it down, and then you've got much more field position. Because I promise you, with that roll right
That's
there,
a really good
fielded
kick.
at the 33.
That is a really good kick, but you have to get him.
They're not going to
You cannot allow this kid to make any moves.
That's 22. That's my dude right there. Braun Johnson returns it for about 8 yards. But what I was saying is, if you punt it out of the back of your end zone and you go perfect punt, perfect snap, perfect catch, perfect punt, it's still at this level, you're not going to get it all the way down on midfield. You don't have it. Xavier Wooldridge is the Kentucky punter, and he's an athlete. He's out there for the possibility of a fake. So he's not, you know what I'm saying, this punting prospect. But right there on kickoff, he's able to toe it, get a couple of clean bounces, and now you're putting Mokan over there in their side of the football field.
Great. It was a great coaching call. It was a great coaching call. There's nothing to question on that one.
So Mokan taking over. Here's the handoff. That's number 7, Kenzo Hawkerson. Hawkerson has a view of daylight, but not able to squeak through that hallway of opportunity as he's brought down at the line. It appears to be bumped up on the play.
I think whomever is going to run inside the tackles might have a better offensive game right now.
I agree with you. Yeah, Hawkerson is going down. So real injury time out there.
Got an injured player. They're going to take one. We're going to take one. We'll be back in a little bit. And we're back. Ball's on the ground. Uh-oh, up in the air. It's up in the air. Yeah. That ball was lost in his hand. Oh, fumble.
They knocked it out of him on the second.
Yes, sir. Kentucky ball.
Big turnover.
Big play. They needed that right there. And you're wondering, if you're Mokan and you're wondering what's going on, how is that a fumble? He was throwing it. When he was releasing, he had an empty hand. He was pushing nothing but his hand, and that right there indicates a fumble.
It's one of those football-type plays that you really got to know the intricacies of the game and understand the rule book. So the chain's still broken over there on that far sideline. That one guy the right side, who would be the first down marker, his chain is what the issue was earlier, and now the line of scrimmage line is struggling too. Handoff number 4, Zyreek Burton. Burton hit, bounces it outside, and eventually brought down. Numbers, I'll tell you this, though, number 63, Kevin Noble for Mokan, just blew up his assignment there, pancake. On the other end, I don't even think that's what it's called, but put that offensive lineman on his backside. Noble, it says his uncle Greg Dillard played basketball for Illinois State University, was a center, and then played professional basketball for 9 years overseas. So Uncle Greg, probably proud of that one. And it's going to be Wooldridge, a keeper. Don't think it was designed to do so. The blocker in front of him was Burton. Burton, not that power back that Kentucky has, more of a speed back set. So Wooldridge kind of on his own out there in the flats, but a flag on the field at the line of scrimmage.
I think that flag kind of dropped out.
We kind of thought it was going to be a sideline warning, but it's a 10-yard penalty for Kentucky. And that's a no-brainer there. No gain on the plays. You got 3rd and 10 or 2nd and 20. That's easy choice for Mokan.
Yeah.
As they take the yardage.
With 5:26 left until half, that is big.
And so I see 2 yellow helmets on the field now. That means that Caden Lawson is back in at the running back position with number 22, Alex Montgomery, the big linebacker, running back, kind of like a fullback in front of him. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that Lawson's probably going to get a handoff here. Nope, I was wrong. It's Montgomery. They give it to the big back, and he just powers his way on through.
That's what they need. Did you see where he ran? You're not getting anything that much on the outside. You have to run in between tackles, and he started in between. He right off the edge. So, but I believe you have to run inside against this team because they're stacking everything. They're outside. They're waiting on everything to come outside. So you got to hit them unexpectedly.
So we'll see. We mentioned earlier that head coach for Kentucky, G.J. Wooldridge, is a Northern Pulaski coach. Northern Pulaski, in the last couple of years, had a big power back by the name of Kason Brock, who is a national treasure in the sport of football, one of the top 5 in his class. But Pulaski, the younger groups led by that ball carrier right there, Xavier Wooldridge, kind of known for spreading the field. You know what I'm saying? It's like GJ likes to spread the field a little bit.
Definitely.
So we'll see him kind of make an adjustment here maybe as Xavier runs it up the hash there. But if you're a Kentucky fan and you're familiar with Kentucky football, it looks like, and what we're saying is, this offense is going to have to go by the way of the 606 and start running north and south.
606.
At 1st and 10 here, there's that power back again, number 22.
That's a tough 3 yards. They got a penalty flag out there, though.
Holding against Kentucky once more. Man, continues.
Miscues. Right now, play action. Play action pass.
Especially if Wooldridge is your quarterback and he can get out there in the open territory rolling out, he's always a threat to run. So if you do run play action, and the receiver right now on the near side is his favorite target from yesterday, Alex Decker. We know he can make plays. He can get out in open field, but they're going to hand it off anyways. That's number 16, Darius Ridner. But Coach, I think the point that you and I are trying to make there is that when you roll it out, now all of a sudden with Wooldridge, you've got that option in guys that can make a play, or he can keep it, tuck it, and run it. As we're getting a lot of changes there. So Kentucky going to go with a formation personnel type change.
Fresh look right there.
2 big offensive linemen and send out a couple of more backs. Maybe going to spread the field here.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen. We've got number 2, Carter May, the lone receiver at the top. Wooldridge and Lawson in. He's going to send Lawson in motion to his right side.
That right there is not getting it.
That was not a good enough fake.
Yeah, that
and
right
not
there.
Fooled.
That right there is not getting it. You got to throw the ball. Nobody in Mokan moved out. Yeah.
Cash Denny on the tackle and was money with his read, sniffed it out from.
And I'm not for sure if number 1 has the speed to do that against this Mokan team.
Coach, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Especially,
I'm looking at the way he's moving. I don't think that's going anywhere.
And knowing how he likes to stop, he's a high runner anyways, and when he stops and cuts, he's still pretty high, and he likes to just put that foot in the ground hard and then go. With that wet turf out there today, he's not going to be as effective as he normally is. No. And that's a guy that's used to running on grass to begin with.
Yep.
So a timeout called on the field. We might as well stay right here. Coach, 1:57 left to play in the first half. If you would have asked me at any point yesterday, do I think that the score would be 2-0 in the championship game, I'd have laughed at you.
I should have took that bet.
Right? But, man, another good
football game. I could have some free food or something like that.
Speaking of food, I wonder when lunch is going to be delivered. My belly's starting to rumble.
We were saying the same thing.
So you look at that, and I'll talk a little football here.
Well, you know what? Next game is at what?
I don't say it. Don't say it. I know what you're gonna say. That's the dad in you right there.
Yeah.
You can wait.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can
Yeah.
we?
I don't know if it's just you can or you will.
I thoroughly enjoyed yesterday being able to just grab multiple White Castles. It spooled me up here in the booth. I'm done complaining. We're back at it. It's
We
third
got the
and
passing
15.
quarterback in. Pass the ball.
Crawford slings it, hit as he throws.
That's big.
Guess who put a hand on the football for Mokan? Number 22, Bron Johnson. Clearly the best defender out there this game for Mokan. They got some studs, but he's getting his name called a lot. What were you going to say, Coach?
I was going to say Kentucky put a target on their back.
They did all that dancing and stuff. Mokan took note.
Yeah.
Bulletin board material.
That's it. I mean,
I wonder if anything might have been said on the broadcast.
you notice I turned my back when I said all that. I'm just saying, man. I love it, but it comes with something.
High pass, incomplete. The defensive back there for Mokan jumped with. That was number 23, Blake Thomas. The intended target for Kentucky, number 11, Colton Reisner. Reisner not able to haul it in.
Yeah.
Turnover on down.
Somebody might have said something on the broadcast yesterday about the dancing and the target on there. I'm not for sure. Who knows? And it happens. It scores 2-0.
Right.
Both team is fighting these elements. The elements is winning. At the end of the day, the elements are winning. Kentucky wouldn't have been in that position, but their defense did good. So right now, when your defense is playing well, you're not upset. They need to find a way to get on the edge. Get up to the edge. That was a false start right there.
Matney hit as he
That
throws.
was a false start.
Montgomery.
Yeah. They're going to legal shift. That's why they gave it,
Number 44
Definitely was,
It was Montgomery and number 44, Levi Stevens, hitting the quarterback in the backfield. But, again, that's not even going to amount to anything.
Right now it looks like we're watching an AFC North back in the day Steelers-Ravens game. I mean, that's what we're watching. It's ugly.
Elements included.
but that's the football you're watching.
So Kentucky will decline to the penalty, take the down over the yardage. 2nd and 10 now. Mokan has the line. Matney with a running back to his right. Twins to the top of your screen. And that lone man at the bottom, number 3, Devin Hill Jr.
Come on.
It's
you
a
have to
handoff.
make
3, 4, 5 broken tackles.
That right there cannot happen.
The ball carrier, number 2, Cruz Lewandowski. That's a guy that when he starts running downhill, he is a problem getting it done on both sides of the football.
Yeah, I mean, gosh.
3rd and 3 now, 1:25. If Mokan can convert here, you think they might take a shot on first before the half. The play clock on that one ran at 40, not 25. And I think the now it's at 25.
Okay.
So the play clock there made a click the wrong button, but didn't really matter. Mokan sends a man in motion to the bottom of your screen.
Got him!
Is sacked.
Yes, sir. Is the ball down? No, the ball's down.
Ball's down.
It's 58 seconds left, though. Kentucky has to call a timeout to get the ball.
Sack on the play. Eric Forney, the Kentucky linebacker.
Timeout. You better call it. Timeout. Yeah, they got it. 46.6 is when he's going to get granted the timeout.
I keep looking forward, Coach, talking about what I would do on the next play, and keep forgetting that we gotta get through the one we're currently on, and right there, Mokan not able to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so timeout coming out of this, 46.6. It's only 4th and 12. Both of these offenses very capable of converting that and even more. Wouldn't be shocked at all if Mokan's got a play in their playbook to, find pay dirt here. But You got a timeout. You get the conversion and go. If not, you might. I mean, do you punt here, Coach? 46.6. I don't want to give Kentucky the ball.
Yeah, they run a quick punt. You punt the ball. Yeah,
So you
get it
give
out
him a
there.
late decision.
Yeah.
Let him kind of read it as it comes to him.
Because
That
you're
makes
not
sense.
in the position where Kentucky was down there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're not on the 2-yard line. Yeah. You got enough room to actually get something off.
All right, so here comes Mokan. I think they are going to punt it. They've got that bunch set. Matney, there he goes.
That is
that's
a good punt.
Beautiful punt, but a nice
catch
there
Come
at
on,
the 45.
come around this way.
Kentucky
Come around this way. You got some help.
Pick up a blocker, too.
That's a good
Montgomery
block.
lays a block.
You got to trip.
Big return,
Yeah.
almost back to where the play started. Now
Yeah.
at 32.3, Kentucky has a chance to put some points on the board.
32.3 seconds left.
The return man there, Jarius Howard Bowen, very, very quick.
That was a great catch. You know, that catch and not allowed to bounce, save seconds, fumbling with the ball. And everything.
Right.
That's awesome.
Just showing the athleticism of that young man, too. Catches it over his shoulder, over his right shoulder.
Yeah.
His chest and face are pointed to the scoreboard, ball coming from behind him.
Yeah.
And then has the wheelhouse to kind of, set his feet, turn around. Montgomery lead blocks for him, lays a beautiful block at the Mokan 40. And then
I like to see Kentucky take a shot.
so we've got Decker at the bottom of your screen, Twins at the top. There's a tight end to the left. Wooldridge going to roll out. Montgomery, the lead blocker again. He's going to try to stretch it at the top, though. Wooldridge does. And runs
again,
out of bounds.
Woodridge running like that, I don't like it. I just don't like it.
I wonder.
Not against this team.
Yeah, I wonder though, Coach. Do you run that one? Stop the clock. Try to get the long wide side of the field to his throwing side now.
Now you're thinking like a coach.
And you run something similar to this side, and then maybe dump it off the Decker. You got Bats Hobbs at the top of the screen. Wooldridge moving him down to the bottom. I think I might be onto something here. You put Decker at the top. 2nd and 8. He's going to throw it from the line. That's the Decker.
You
Decker
got to get the first down.
catch.
Yeah, but you're so close. You got to get that first down.
He definitely could have squeaked in there.
You get the first down and go out of bounds.
Decker kind of looked nonchalant right there. He was focused on making the
sense
catch.
of urgency.
but didn't
Where's all
really-
that dancing at? Uh-oh.
Didn't know where he was.
Uh-oh. There you go. You talking? There you go.
How many timeouts Kentucky got?
At
2,
least
I believe.
2.
Yeah, I believe they have 2 left.
Or excuse me, at least 1. I know they've taken 1.
Take a shot.
So you've got.
Yeah, they might have 1 left.
Get the first, then take a shot.
I think you take
Well,
a shot.
you already
here.
had the first. You got to take a shot.
Get a new one now. 5 seconds.
Oh, it is 3rd down. Yeah, you almost have to try to get it.
1.
And guess what? Now you're down 5 yards back.
Oh no, they didn't
That's-
call a timeout.
And that's why you get the first down when you can.
Oh,
You're right there with the first down. The nonchalantness of no, you got to do what you got to do when you can, bub.
I can't believe that. I commented so much yesterday on these Kentucky coaches just being so dialed in, and then right there, man, I don't know what that was about. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 now, much different than the 3rd and 1 we just looked at. Wooldridge's going to motion Montgomery over to that left side slot. No backs now. He's going to throw it. He's got gloves on, too, so he's just kind of heaving it up there, shot putting. It's definitely a wet ball, but that's not the throwing motion that we know that Xavier has in the slightest. He's just trying to be as careful with the football as he can and still give his team a chance to make a play. Man, though, that's going to – I don't know about the Kentucky team and coaches, but that one's going to haunt me for the most of this halftime right here. Decker doesn't see the sticks and runs out of bounds beforehand. All he needs is about 1 yard to step up and get. He could have got it.
Yeah.
And then you've got, you don't call a timeout, get the delay of game 5 yards. Now we're looking at 4th and 6 here when what should have Kentucky already had an opportunity to score it. Botched play there. Wooldridge going to pull
down's
up. He's
coming.
got the first. Get out, get out, get out. And I don't think he did. That stays in. Yep, keep it trucking. Got to call a timeout.
Timeout, Kentucky.
And they finally do.
Well, they had it. You got to stop the clock for the first down anyway.
They called the timeout on the field, so the officials have it. They're gonna get the clock, and that's not on the clock keeper. The casual fan's not gonna understand that. It's the official jobs is to make it.
Oh, they might not have a timeout.
Oh my! They're gonna.
They want 6 seconds on there.
So what they're saying is the Kentucky didn't call the timeout, but did get the first down. So it stops the clock briefly. So we're going to put that time back on the clock. He's asking for it. We're the only one with a Zoom. Our clock keeper does.
They got us
He's
looking.
Located at the opposite side.
They got it. Yeah, he was looking at us. We're media. We don't have the clock.
So there we go, 6 seconds, and they're gonna start it as soon as that official gets set. And here it is, but plenty of time for Kentucky to not even have to waste a timeout.
Go.
Clock's clicking now. 3,
Throw
2,
it.
1. We're at zeros on the board. Wooldridge rolls out to
Touch.
the right. Pass is tipped.
He just had to get. Now that right there, you still had time on that clock. And they just rolled it off. I'll tell you, he just needed a little bit more arc, and that was 2 people in the end zone. I'll tell you this, though. At the end of what? End of the first half, the score is 2-0.
I mean, that just shows – and to think about it, that is a 2 points that Kentucky gave them, sacrificing it up in order to prevent a touchdown. But, oh, man, I like it. And you look, and both teams are going to head to the locker room. That's not something we've seen at all this weekend, but it's cold, it's wet, and there's a lot on the line. So you go ahead and get those guys in there. I don't know about them running on the concrete like they are, though. That's kind of makes me nervous. But, again, Kentucky decides deep in their own end zone, let the snap go out the back. You and I had talked about it. I say you and I. You really kind of noted that, said that's what you would have done as a football coach.
Yeah.
And they do. They follow suit. They do that. And Mokan's had some opportunities. Kentucky's had some opportunities, but neither offense is able to get anything going. But, man, this is a tight ball game. I said that last one was our best that we've had because there was a lot of scoring, and that's how I like to watch football. But you're a defensive guy, Coach. That's what you played. That's the positions you had. Do you like this better?
As far as being in this, no. If I'm on the field, maybe. But as your casual watcher, what I'm doing right now, I'm in entertainment right now, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
I want to see touchdowns just like everybody else, But as a coach, if I put myself into the coaching shoes and I'm on the sideline, I'm commending my team. Great job. You didn't give anything up. You're doing good. And then I'm looking at my offensive counterpart, and I'm saying, hey, Coach, you can give us some points. I mean, we're doing what we do.
Yeah.
We need a little help. You know what I'm saying? So, all in all, it's still a game, right? It's still a game. Somebody got to get in the end zone. And what it's shown me is that Mokan team defensively, it's a whole lot better than I expected they were.
They have come out ready to play
they're
today, and you can tell. There's what I like about it is you've got some guys that are kind of making their presence known today that really wasn't that big of a factor yesterday that jumped off the page to you. And one of those guys that I'm going to note is number 2, Cruz Lewandowski. I've said his name over and over and over. I can't brag on him enough on defense there in the first quarter. There were back-to-back plays where, yes, he was the first guy on defense to get to the ball. Didn't make the tackle, but forced, I think it was Caden Lawson was the ball carrier on both of those plays, forced Lawson from that Kentucky offense to shift his momentum, move, change his direction, and then where the Mokan defense was just swarming to the football, being absolute ball hawks today in this championship game. able to make the tackle. And then now all of a sudden Lewandowski's getting it done, and he's the guy that's kind of moving the chains for him on offense.
Yeah.
I didn't really expect that. And a guy that we said that we would see a lot of today, we've not seen it all, the tight end, number 44. Briar Watkins, he's been kind of quiet.
It's the elements.
Yeah.
You can't get it to him.
So, yeah, Matney's not able to throw as much as he probably would like to. And, again, he's got a very, very strong arm, but a baseball-type arm movement, able to create different arm angles and doesn't really necessarily need to be set to get it downfield. But today, with the ball being wet, like I said in that last, I kind of made a comment that Wooldridge for Kentucky and the quarterback is just kind of cupping the ball and shot putting it almost, just trying to get his shoulder behind it and keep as much of his hand on as possible. And he's throwing it in the glove too.
Man, you notice? I don't think you noticed because you said that in the very next play he had the glove off.
Did he?
So, yeah, he took the glove off. Yeah, that last play, that glove wasn't on, but he was throwing it. Like you said, he's playing quarterback, but he's an athlete.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's not what's going to take him to the next level is that position.
If he would have just had a little bit more arch on there. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That's it, though. But, hey, got a second half.
It's a great game so far. A lot of great football left to play.
Not as many points as we got on a sixth-grade team.
Right.
So maybe we can get about 2 scores.
I'd like to see something on offense. Again, I'm an offensive-minded guy. I get excited for touchdowns. I like to compliment a defense when they can, but if I'm in charge of a play calls, I want to see the defense get beat every time. I like high-scoring affairs.
Nothing wrong with that. Makes sense.
And in this one, it's a 2-0. So very, very, very tight. Not a traditional football score in any stretch of the imagination.
No.
But here we are. You know what, Coach? This is soccer country. 2-0 score at the half. That's why we're doing it. A little homage to those Noblesville State Championship teams we talked about yesterday.
3 in a row, 21, 22,
23.
23. Yeah, there you go.
That's what we're doing.
Ole.
And speaking of soccer, for our Mokan listeners, a lot of these guys right here have got some nice soccer pipelines. I'm trying to go through here and see where all I saw those.
Okay. What you got?
It might take me a second. Okay, so number 99, Jacob Canizaro. His mom, Nikki, played collegiate soccer at University of Kansas. So number 99, a big old guy. His mom played Division I soccer there, the Big Ten. Then moving on up, keep looking at them. Let's see. I saw a few of them when I looked in the pregame. Trying to find some others. I swear they were on there. I saw them. Well, of course, that's the only one I could find right now, so I'm sure they're in there, and somebody's going to get an email over it. But I thought I had more than what I'm looking at, but nonetheless.
Well, got a minute. Coach, we're going to take this minute and 30 and just chill for half a second.
I'm with that.
All right, we'll be right back in a little bit.
Welcome back, football fans, here in the 7th grade Central Regional Championship game. These two teams, Kentucky and Mokan, competing for a chance to go to Naples, Florida, for the FBU National Championship. We're deep in playoff football, Coach. It's December 3rd, and let's talk a little bit of college football playoff as
What do we got?
the football playoff has finally been set. The 4 teams in college football: Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama.
Who?
Alabama, the Tide
Alabama
are back
oh my
in it.
Gosh, they done let Nick Saban back in the door.
So 2-time defending national champion Georgia and unbeaten ACC champion last night Florida State getting the victory over Louisville. Both of those two teams not in it. And the thing is Georgia they gave Florida State 5th. Georgia didn't even pop up in the top 5 right there. So 2-time defending champs not even going to be sniffing the football playoff.
It's crazy. You lose that close game. If I'm a Georgia fan, I'm hurting. I'm crying. Georgia Bulldogs, I respect what you guys have been doing over the last couple of years. You've been holding the SEC down and everything. It sucks. It hurts, but it happens.
It does. But, man. But to see Nick Saban back in the – where he needs to be in the football playoff in Alabama.
I wouldn't want to play him.
I would not either.
I wouldn't want to play him at all. You don't want to play Saban, especially around this time.
Who's for?
Alabama.
Alabama's 4.
Alabama, Michigan.
And that right there. Hey, listen, I'm a Michigan State fan, so I know you're supposed to go with the Big Ten and everything, but that's going to be a big game, and I don't think the Big Ten is ready to play the SEC. I said it. I never say it again. I'll never say it again. I'll never say it again. Let's go. We're going to the second half.
All right, we're back here. And those college football teams, looking at their playoff bracket, and these two teams right here, Mokan kicking off left to right on your screen, Kentucky on the right side in blue, will be set to return. They are playing playoff football as well. The winner of this contest will book its trip to beautiful Naples, Florida for the FBU National Championship as we are underway. Big booming kick to start the second half.
Did you want to do that? Let's see.
Lawson fields it at the 20.
And guess what?
He's got a blocker in front of him.
Run. Yeah, there we go.
Across midfield.
There we go.
Misses the kicker across the 40 now.
Nice run. Okay. I think that run right there is everything they needed. It's an injury.
That's the kicker.
Yeah, they got the kicker out there.
So we talked about him yesterday, number 11, Reese Paggio. Honestly, Coach, I think he's the reason that his team's here right now. 4 for 4 on PATs. He misses a field goal, but it was the fact that Mokan, every time that offense scored, were able to get the easy one. But now that young man, after getting his name called from the opening kickoff, booms it. First ball he's kicked all day is hurt over on the sideline. I'm not really sure what. We'll try to keep an eye on that and bring it back to you. He's holding that left knee, but 9:45 on the clock, and Kentucky will take over at the Mokan 43-yard line. Correction, the 37-yard line. Out of the pistol. Waldron hands it off. That's number 4, Zyreek Burton.
Good job. Fight. Come on. About time. Fight. Yes, I got a lineman, 63. What you got to give him this just do. Mason Baker. Push the pile. Good job. Fight. You just can't be watching. You guys didn't pay for tickets. We did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're out there playing. Don't watch the daggone game.
And that's not something that Kentucky really had to focus on yesterday.
No.
They found an open field with ease against Indiana, but now all of a sudden a more evenly matched team and elements not going their way. So, maybe that was part of the halftime focus for Kentucky. Handoff again to Burton. Burton this time hitting the backfield. That's number 22, one of my favorites, Braun Johnson. And it's going to be a loss on the play. Credit that to Double Deuce there.
Yeah. I want to see something a little special. Where's that double reverse at, Coach? I know you got something in your coaching wheelhouse. Do something different.
Yeah, and you
switch it
kind of
up.
wonder. Yesterday, Kentucky starts on a halfback pass. Today, you
Yeah.
kind of called a double reverse, but then it was a false start, so they never even had opportunity to do it. Coach Wooldridge is known for opening up the trick playbook as well. So you maybe wonder if we'll see something like that today as a fumble.
Man.
Wooldridge recovers, but the handoff to Burton didn't get
Well,
there
I
smoothly.
tell you what's going on right there with that handoff. Right before the snap, these kids' hands are getting cold. They're putting their hands in the pouches and all that. You don't want to touch the dag ball. Yeah.
And guess who makes the play for Mokan in the
Is it
backfield?
22?
It sure was. Number 22, Braun Johnson. That's a young man that has got a bright future in the sport of football.
I tell you this, though. You still got good defense going on, Kentucky. Keep your head up. Keep playing. Keep moving. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Tell them, Dory.
I hear you right there. All right, Coach, here it is. That's 3rd and long now. Tight
Mokan's
in
not
motion.
moving. Yeah.
Burton still the running back there with Wooldridge.
That cross is not
Wooldridge
open.
rolls out, throws it into the flats. That one hit the turf.
Did he catch it?
I think they're going to give it to him.
Okay.
So that's number 23, Alex Decker makes a play there. You hear no, it wasn't from the Mokan faithful on this near sideline. I have to agree with that, man. I think that ball hit the turf.
Hi.
But honestly, it's still 4th and 16, 17, so it's not like it changed a lot. Kentucky's still facing an uphill battle here on 4th down and going to go for it. It's a play action. Wooldridge rolls to the top of your screen.
You got to let it go. Come on.
Moving the guys around. And
defensive play. Number 3 pulled up the strap. Seatbelt lane.
Jr. And the thing is, Coach, that even if Decker does make a play right there and catches that football, he ran out of bounds first, so it's not going to count because you can't go out of bounds and come back in to be the first one to touch the ball. And not a huge fan of how Wooldridge let that ball go. He steps up in the pocket, has plenty of time. He's moving receivers, communicating with his offense, and then steps on his back foot and just kind of throws a duck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe whose defense was first?
Yeah.
So here we go. Mokan offense back out there. You see number 3, Devin Hill Jr. at the bottom of your screen, really spaced out. Matney drops back, looks to the top of your screen. It's complete on the slam.
That's it right there.
4, Elijah Curtis. And
Kenny.
Curtis is gone. Picks up a block behind him.
He will. Touchdown, Mokan.
And that is what Mokan has been waiting on all afternoon. And look, Mokan with a little celebration in the end zone.
Did they celebrate?
They did.
Wow.
I like it. That's the answer.
Now, this right here, this stop is everything. They need to make a stop so that 2-point really don't hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, the thing is the kicker got bumped last time. He's walking out on the field right there. There he is. But number 11, Reese Paggio, was bumped up. It's that plant foot of his, the left. I do believe he's a right-footed kicker. Yeah, so yeah, the left plant foot. Got to wonder if that's going to come into effect. 1, we're kicking on turf. 2, it's wet. And 3, that left knee of his is bothering him.
Wait. Personal foul. Push it back on the kick right here. Yeah. All right. You don't do it on the kickoff. You push it back on the
right
kick.
Here, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Smart play. They got him with that. Yeah, they got him with the celebration.
Oh, man. So let's talk about it. Yesterday, Kentucky celebrates every single play. But how did they do it?
Team.
They did it together. It wasn't located.
And it was on a sideline.
2 of the Mokan players right there at the L and the E of Noblesville celebrated kind of back and forth in direction of Kentucky players. And that might be the difference maker. And I know if you're a Mokan fan, celebrating, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But just a note of how this game is being officiated.
Let's see.
It seems. And so the big boot of Paggio not able to come into effect here.
Right
So
there's a
now all of a
one-score game.
sudden-
That 2 points didn't hurt that much, all right?
This is
And
interesting.
That's it right there.
And this, all of a sudden, it's a strategic football game. Coaches being coaches.
Yeah.
Man, this one's exciting.
Now they just need the dudes to be dudes on the field.
Yes. I think Curtis was who I said was that. Number 4, was he the one that scored that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
number 4 scored.
Make a note of that.
Yeah, it was a pass from Matney.
So Mokan will now kick off from the 40 as Kentucky elected to take that personal foul 15 yards and tack it on to the kick. And got to wonder if that might come back to haunt Mokan later in the game. What could have been a 3-score game, or excuse me, a 2-score game, now stays at a 1-score game. But you can't count chickens if you're Kentucky. They've not even been that close to the end zone really yet and had a chance to score.
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, they got close. Actually, they did get close at the end of the half.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke.
But besides that, no, they hadn't. It's been a totally different team, Kentucky, and it goes to show that Mokan isn't Indiana.
Right. Mokan is Mokan. And right now they can book a trip to Naples if they continue to play with this lead.
Yeah.
So at 8-0, though, we got a flag on the kickoff.
I'll tell you this, though. I looked at this team, Kentucky 7th grade, and I'm just going to tell you, I looked at the team, Kentucky 7th grade, as the strongest team, Kentucky team. And I still believe in them. I believe that this team's going to come back and fight, and they got hit in the mouth early.
Yeah.
How are they going
to respond here?
The reason I grabbed this bucket hat today to go, I thought the 7th grade was going to be the team to get us to Naples.
Yeah,
right?
Coach, I'm not going to lie. I was in the exact same set.
So I'm not going to turn my back on them. I know this is not biased broadcasting. Guess what? Dang it, I'm biased right now. Let's go, 7th grade team, Kentucky. Come on.
So here we go. It's going to be fielded by number 32, David Lawless. Lawless able to
There you go.
jump forward, gets a good run on the return, out to his own 49. But, yeah, Coach, I'm right there with you. I thought of the 3 Kentucky teams competing today in the regional championships across 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I thought this was the strongest of the 3. And Mokan having other plans. They also wanting to get back to Naples as Kentucky's 6th grade defeated Ohio just a little while ago to book their ticket to Naples. And now, right now, Mokan doing everything they can to keep this 7th grade Kentucky team from joining those boys in blue. It's 6:26 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. It's confusion in the backfield, gives it off to Lawson. Lawson able to use his speed, and there he goes at the marker. I'm not sure he got there, but he's close.
No, it looks like he's short of the first down, maybe about a half a yard. But I tell you this, I like that same setup and them throw it in the flats. You know, they've been having numbers. They gave him the first. They've been having numbers right here. I just don't think they've been utilizing it. But you got the passing quarterback in there. Let him rip a couple.
Yeah, that's Chase Crawford, number 10. While they're talking about, yeah, there they go. That's they got the call right. A little short on the run. 2nd and 9 now. But Coach, that last run, it was almost a designed halfback draw because there was some confusion on how to set up. Lawson though not able to go anywhere.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, Kentucky. Well, you need some more blockers out there.
Devin Hill Jr. lined up at corner, able to sniff it out and stays home, comes in, makes a downfield tackle for a loss. So that's going to be 3rd and 4.
We got 5:50 left in the 3rd quarter, and Mokan's up by a whole 8 points. They're starting to pull them down.
Trips to the bottom of your screen.
One-on-one.
Drops back.
Ball's in the
Nice
air.
ball.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
Almost intercepted the outstretched number 3 for Mokan, Devin Hill Jr. But that ball was very much underthrown by Crawford.
It
And
was.
that's typically not something you see from number 10. He's pretty much known for putting it on target. But, again, cold hands, wet football, and great defense, too. I mean, you gotta give flowers to that Mokan defensive back there who lays out and almost hauls it in himself. 4th and 4 now, a big play on both sides of the ball. Crawford drops back. It's a quick slant. Oh no,
man.
slips through his hands. Darius Ridner, incomplete. Turnover on downs, was wide open. Nobody around him in the middle of the field, but just got a little too excited. Couldn't haul it in.
Yes. That's, man.
So with an 8-point lead, here comes Mokan with a chance to tack onto it. Scoring has not been easy for either team, but Mokan seemed to do so with ease a little bit there on that last drive as number 4 for Mokan.
And the
Elijah
whole time,
Curtis.
nobody told me. Oh, man, I'm looking at this thing, and we're saying second quarter. It's third quarter, Coach. Come on.
So here we go. One receiver out to each side. Well, I said that as the 11th man trots out of the field. So Twins at the bottom. Matney looks left, throws left. It's complete over there. That's number 3, Hill Jr. Hill Jr. fights forward and picks up about 8. He stays in bounds, so that's going to milk the clock down. 5:20 still ticking. Oh, for sure. As you listeners might have heard, Coach Lockwood in the background, our cameraman, saying that for Mokan, number 3 and 22 have been the guys for this Mokan team so far. Number 3, Devin Hill Jr. made that last play. Number 22, Braun Johnson, who's been on both sides of the ball making plays. Matney drops back, looks left, throws left again off his back foot.
Bounced off a chest or a helmet or something, but
And he intended
that jump pass.
Yeah, intended though for number 22. So
Yeah.
he's got 2 favorites, and he's going to feed one of them and then the other.
Kentucky showed they can stop the run. I think if I'm Mokan, I'm trying to get this first down right here.
Something I just noted is that number 9 for Mokan, Aaron Rivas, after the play, he's back there in the backfield, said something to Hill Jr. about maybe what he saw. So let's see here. Matney throws to his right now. It's complete.
Wow.
Dropped.
No.
Didn't make a football move.
Yeah.
Number 7, Kenzo Hawkerson.
Come on.
And there he goes, the gloves off.
Gloves on. Gloves off.
Casual fan might be wondering why that's such a big deal. If anything, Coach, the mental of if I can blame it on the gloves, then I'm going to have confidence in my hands, my
It's
abilities.
fine. Hey, whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do.
But sometimes it doesn't matter one way or the other. But indeed, if I roll a thumb, traditionally when you're wearing gloves and weather like it is today, it is harder to catch the football. A lot
False
of
start.
movement back
Ooh,
there.
that's big. That is big.
Lewandowski never came set in the backfield as the motion man started for Mokan. And so that's going to be 5 yards. 4th down. What was going to be 4th and 1 is now 4th and 6.
Yeah. So, Schmuck, just a little tidbit, a little history going on. These teams were in this position last year,
Okay.
and Mokan won.
Oh.
Yeah, so Kentucky's wanting, when they were 6th graders, Kentucky's wanting their lick back. Fight for the outside, fight for the outside. Let's see if he get their first down. Is he get? Wow, what a way to fight for the first
carry,
down.
number
You have to
23.
get to the edge. Where's the edge defender over there?
Blake Thomas converts for his Mokan team. Coach, correct me if I'm not. All these games and years run together, but last year, this regional was in Mokan, right? Like we were out in Kansas City.
We were in Kansas. No, we were in Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah, last year we were
I'm
in
thinking
Kentucky.
2 years.
2 years
ago
ago we were in
in Kansas.
Yeah.
So here
That
we
should have been a
go.
false start.
It's going to be a handoff. That's Lewandowski. Lewandowski is going the wrong direction. It's swarmed by a slew of Kentucky defenders, number 3 and 7 in on the tackle. 3 is Jarius Howard Bowen. Number 7, Zed Karasika.
And the Kentucky defense, besides the one play, has played a tremendous job. They've done a great game, man. Played a tremendous game.
Right. And honestly, that one was more of the Mokan offense. I mean, those guys are good little ball players too, and finally got something going, clicking on all cylinders, and that's how they put that touchdown up.
They're going to that one-on-one
Matney
matchup
drops
again.
back. Good ball. This one thrown, and again, underthrown. That was something we saw yesterday. I noted over and over and over. I think we've got both of them are hurt right now, or maybe just cold and wet. But Matney throws a beautiful spiral tight. He's got a strong arm.
He does.
But he doesn't step up into the pocket. He almost, it's like he's throwing a sidearm ball, and that back leg is kind of spinning around with the arm motion, and it just keeps the angle of the football, the trajectory, it just takes a little off of it. Don't have that zip. And then when you've got a speedy wideout target out there like Hill Jr., he's running down the sideline. He's overrunning a pass, but Matney has it in him to get it there. And then Hill Jr. having to, stop his body and dive back, this time over to defender. As we got a flag, delay of game.
Delay of game.
But I feel like of those two, we're not even scraping the surface of their potential on targets and hookups.
Yeah.
Because, man, Matney's got such a strong ball, but a strong arm, excuse me. But a timeout called on the field. Mokan, Coach, you want to take one as well?
We'll take one with them.
All right. You're listening to 7th grade football action here in Noblesville, Indiana. This is the Central Region Championship. We're back here in Noblesville, the FBU Central Regional Championship. Both these teams competing for a chance to go to Naples for the national
Ball
championship.
in the air.
Matney complete to Johnson. And back to the original line of scrimmage, so a big pickup, but still looking at 4th and 11. If you hear the plastic in the background, lunch has been delivered. White House coming clutch for us here. We do appreciate it. Team Kentucky Director of Operations, Bronson Gowdy. Looks like he might have walked up here. He's out of breath. I don't think he used the elevator.
Oh, if they get it.
Complete to number 3. Hill Jr. fights forward, but going to be short.
Short of the first.
And
Turnover
so
on down.
Kentucky will send the offense back out there at their own 32. And looking at the two teams, it's Kentucky now with a little bit of pep in their step, and that Mokan defense slow to get out on the field. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you can't see us, but you can hear us. I'm the only one talking. My hands haven't left my pockets because I'm so cold. But I look left, our cameraman now taking the first seat. He's been standing all day. Coach Lockwood is 3-4 bites into his sandwich, and I look over and Coach Harmon is knuckle deep in a thing of fries, and it smells so good. Kentucky handoff number 9, Preston Hall. It's the first time we've seen him today on offense. He fights forward for about a gain of 4 before he's brought down by number 9 of Mokan, Aaron Rivas. So it's going to be 2nd and 6. I'm tickled. That was funny.
We're needing We're needing some offensive movement going on right here.
So the quarterback this drive for Kentucky is that pass-first quarterback from Paducah-Tillman. That's Chase Crawford. I think he's from Paducah-Tillman. Don't quote me on that. But Crawford lines up, pistol. He's got a running back to his right and one behind him. He's going to give it behind him. That, again, is number 9, Preston Hall. Hall hit at the line this time. He's got at least 2. And they're going to – PA announcer says no game, but what I'm looking at is a gain of 2. Yeah. Oh, no. I think the PA guy was right. So no gain, 3rd and 4 here. Crawford back and forth. It's a lot of unneeded yards being logged there, getting a play call in. It's going to be Twins, the top shotgun, 2-back formation. The lone man at the bottom of your screen. It's number 2, Carter May. It's a handoff this time to the big back.
There you go.
He
Nice way
fights
to fight
forward at the line. This one's going to be close.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a first.
The ball carrier, number 22, Aiden Montgomery. Aiden flexes every time he runs the ball, whether he got it or not.
Hey, they need that energy. They need to get on Aiden's back. Come on, Aiden.
Hey,
God,
look,
get in
did
there.
you see
Yeah.
that? Rivas, number 9, Aaron Rivas, the linebacker for Mokan, took exception to that flexing. And you saw Aiden's head kind of nodding back and forth. And if you've played the game of football, you know that when that head starts nodding, that means that mouth is going.
Yes, it is.
And Montgomery was given the benefit of the doubt on the carry. So 1st and 10 here. And back in that same formation, Twins at the top, 2 backs. Lawson now back in.
Let's see
It's
if they
pass
woke somebody
complete
else
to
up.
11. That's Colton Reisner. A pickup of 3, but nothing to it after the catch. Tackle made by number 22, Braun Johnson.
And that's going to be
4th quarter, ladies and gentlemen, across the Commonwealth and as well as the Kansas City area. Put the 4s up if you're listening to us. Heading into the 4th quarter, Mokan leads Kentucky 8-0. We are 10 minutes on the clock away from somebody booking their trip to the FBU National Championship in beautiful Naples, Florida, the Paradise Coast. I'm hungry. I'm cold. I'm going to take a quick minute. We'll be right back here in the 4th quarter. You're listening to 7th grade football at the FBU National Championship. All right, we are back. Kentucky set up on offense. Crawford, the quarterback, he's going to throw this one high and picked off. That's number 23 for Mokan, Blake Thomas. Thomas got a seam, going to return it. And that, not what you want to see if you are a Kentucky fan. Mokan takes back over at midfield. A big defensive play for the boys in red right there. And number 23, Blake Thomas, the hero for Mokan at the moment. It looked like Crawford did not get a good grip on the football when he threw it. It stayed in the air longer than it probably should have. And it just, throwing into the wind like this, Mokan able to get to the football and make a play. Now let's see if that offense can get together and build something again. They've only struck big once. Neither offense really able to get anything going on back-to-back drives. Matney throws off that back foot to the bottom of your screen. That's 3. Hill Jr., that's been his favorite target so far today.
Kentucky look like they kind of double team that out pass right now. They're understanding that Mokan can't run on them.
Right.
The only thing they had going successful was that quick little dump, and they're playing that. Like I said, the defense, that's not what's going on right here. Right now, Kentucky has to find a way once they get the ball back to show that they can move the ball on offense. It's been kind of one-sided.
Yeah, and although that pass was complete, Hill Jr. was dropped behind the line for a loss of 2. We've got under 9 minutes, 8:50 and ticking on the clock. Mokan now breaks the huddle, heads to the line. Going to be tight end right, 2 backs with Matney. Matney drops back, throws on a run high over to the top of your screen. That's number 4, Elijah Curtis. That's the man that got free and scored earlier, but not able this time as he's brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and we've got 2 players bumped up right there, 1 from each team. I think head and neck.
Yeah, we're going to take a break from this. You take one with us, and we'll be right back.
We're back. Oh, what a nice pass, nice pass. Great defensive play by Kentucky Lawless. Now you can put the seatbelts up, young man. Brings up 4th down. We got 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. Kentucky needs this stop. They need to come back on offense, get in, but they need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
That they do. And something to note right there, we went to the break for the injury timeout. The injured player was receiver number 4, Elijah Curtis. Curtis was the guy that scored the last time. And so with him off the field, Matney had to first off, how did he get that off?
Hold on. What's the call on this one? Now, this is going to be a big call right here.
I bet that's going to be a face mask against Kentucky. Matney Matney's face was covered. I don't think the face mask is going to be on him. It was going to be, they're going to get it on the receiver, number 2, is who they said was face masked. They're going to take away the personal foul aspect of it, though. Got a lot of thoughts happening right now. What I was trying to say, number 4 off the field, so they had to look a different direction. Did so. Went to number 2 twice there. That last play, though, out of the backfield, I don't even know how Matty knew he was there. In my mind, I kind of thought he was
just
throwing
threw
it
that
down
thing.
and just got lucky that Lewandowski was there to make a play on it. But, it works out, and then the 5-yard face mask. So it's going to be 4th and about 6, and they jump.
Oh, my gosh, no. Now, listen, they're still short, but you got to, come on, lift your head up. Get out it.
This is going to be you got to really, if you're Kentucky on the defense, you got to dig deep and play gutsy here, play with some heart. It's 4th and 1. You had them back as deep as 3rd and 15, and then back-to-back penalties against you as Mokan is sniffing out a first down, and they're going to hand it off.
And guess what? It's stuffed. Yeah. And that's it.
Number 60, Amani Wilkins. He came big once or twice yesterday in a similar situation and getting his name called again right there. Mokan thought they had it, but not able to convert. And, man, I know you're up with 8, but that one got to sting a little bit. if you are wearing red today. As Kentucky steps back out there, go ahead,
That's just
Coach.
a defensive play, man. A defensive mindset. Defense played a great game, the entire game except for 2 plays. And keep your head up, Kentucky. Offense needs to come in and do something.
So here we go. Those 2 electric yellow helmets. It looks like Kentucky's got all of their ones out on the field. It's Wooldridge and Lawson in the backfield. At the bottom of your screen is Reisner. Reisner's running a slant. Wooldridge
Run it.
rolls out to the top, throws it.
No,
That's not a good decision.
That's not. Nah.
Listen, that might work 9 out of the 10 days, but today is not the one it will. If you get out that far, you have got – and the thing is Wooldridge is not known for doing that.
Yeah.
He's not known for rolling out and passing it. He normally rolls it out, tucks it, and goes. But today, all of a sudden, he's wanting to change his game up. And now, granted, I did say in the first half that was open, so I see what he sees. But, buddy, come on. You know it's wet. The football, it's not going to work. You got to tuck your head down and go. But luckily, that one falls in between 3 Mokan defenders and doesn't go back to them as Lawson has the carry now, cuts it upfield. He pick up of about 2. You're looking at 3rd and 8.
You got to move.
7:24 and ticking on the clock. Kentucky trails by 8. Clock not really.
Yeah, and the reason I say you got to move
right
because even if you do get in the zone, you're not for sure if you're going to get that 2 point.
Right.
So you might need the ball twice.
And that Kentucky defense is starting to play well, but the offense not quite able to get on the same page. It's going to go trips to the bottom of your screen. Wooldridge rolls out. They're going to pass. He's got Decker open. Can he get it to him? He does. Decker makes 1 miss, makes 2 misses.
Come on. Get up. Let's go. Move it.
Decker is almost a surefire possession, but he doesn't have much. He doesn't have much after the catch movements in him. He did make 2 miss, but didn't go anywhere. But 1st and 10, he did his job, got him to the sticks. That's what he's out there for. It's going to keep the same set, but flip it now. The trip's at the top. The lone man at the bottom is Reisner. Lawson back there with him. Lawson gets the handoff. He's hit immediately by
just a little
2
Yeah.
Mokan defenders. First contact made by number 20, Easton Massey, and then making the tackle. He's still covered up. Number 56 is Austin Watson. It ultimately brings him down. There's a loss of 2 there. Watson gets the tackle for the loss to his resume here in this region championship game. And Kentucky, 6 minutes on the clock. It's ticking. Again, we keep talking that even if you get the score, you still have to convert on 2.
What you want to give yourself enough time to actually, because your defense is playing well. So when you give yourself enough time, just in case you do not get the 2-point conversion. Come on, push them, kids.
Wooldridge
Let's
hands
go.
it
You
off
gotta
to number
help.
9, Preston Hall. Hall, a power back. We did not see him nearly at all yesterday, but kind of coming in today with a task at hand, and that is to just run north and south, cover the football, take care of the football, and move the pack. He does so right there, picks up a 7-yard gain, and because of the 2-yard loss, it's 3rd and 5.
I honestly think that's what they need. It's kind of like what 6th grade Kentucky did with Lucas, you know. Yesterday, Hobbs was the go-to guy, but Lucas was the bigger back that they needed. They need somebody to get right into this Mokan's defense to hit him in the mouth.
I don't know if anybody saw there, but Colton Reisner trips himself up going to the line of scrimmage. And, Coach, they do what we asked, but now it's going to be a flag on them. Kentucky, I mean, it was a handoff at Hall, but it's coming back.
You go 4th or you give them another try. Yeah. Legal shift. Decline.
So here it is. It's going to be 4th and 5. Mokan wanting Kentucky to play with downs against them rather than the yardage situation. And with under 5 minutes in a football game, I completely understand why they do that. 1 stop here gets the football back. 2 stops.
Gives them a chance.
Yeah. So here we go. Kentucky likely to get the ball back at least one more time just with the clock, but right here really needed to convert for a chance to head to Naples. Wooldridge looks left, rolls left, now looks right. Ball's up in the air.
That's
it's high
a
and
big
hanging.
shot.
And picked off again.
Number 4. That's a good punt. Yeah.
Good punt. Good punt. Exactly what you said. Good punt.
So
Eli Curtis. That's
there
the
you
guy that
go.
made the touchdown.
It was.
Yeah. He's played a good game for Mokan.
So Mokan now takes over. Ball at their own 10, 4:24 on the clock.
And if you're Mokan, you're running the ball.
Yeah, you kind of wonder, what they're thinking right now. Almost get the ball back with too much time. So if you get to a position here as this Mokan offense where it looks like you're stalling and not able to score, field position going the other way starts to become something you have to consider. Matney throws it.
Good job, number 3. I see you, kid.
He strapped him off right there.
Yeah,
and
Howard
had
Bowden.
a
That was
fast
it.
breakup. So
Yeah, that was a good play. I'm starting to think is Kentucky going to get a chance to score defensively? I mean,
maybe.
yeah.
Defense has been
Yep.
point for them today.
It has. Defense has been the key.
But Mokan does what we said they wouldn't do, and that's come out passing on first down. But all that is done is stop the clock, 4:17 deep in your own territory. Maybe run it on first pass on second and milk some clock. But instead, only 3 seconds coming off the clock.
We'll see. That's what got them. That's been their bread and butter. That's been the good part of their offense. So they want to go there. And what that done is it kept more time on the ball, kept more time on the clock for Kentucky to do what they do.
Yeah, and then another incomplete pass there. So now it's a 3rd and 10, 4:12.
Got me stuttering over here. I'm looking at this food right now. I apologize.
I'm curious at why Mokan comes out slinging. I mean, I assume it's because they're deep in their own territory, but passing on all 4 plays. This one, though, complete. That's number 4. Elijah Curtis, and it is close, ladies and gentlemen. They gave it to him. First down right
man.
there.
You got 4 minutes and 4 seconds left in the game, and that is a huge first down.
And now, for the first time this series, the clock will run freely. It stopped briefly as the ball was set because it was a completion and stayed inbounds in the middle of the field. We are now ticking, so Mokan breaks the huddle. We'll get to the line at 3:45. They let a good 20 seconds milk right there. That's what I was trying to allude to earlier. If you run it on first down, we could have did this a while ago. But Mokan, Matney getting them set up, and they're going to call a timeout because they were fighting against the play clock there. So avoid a 5-yard penalty. They're going to call a timeout, talk it over.
And we're going to call a timeout, talk it over, let this guy do what he do, and we'll be right back.
All right, so we're back from the timeout. Looking at the top of your screen, you see number 4 there, Elijah Curtis. He's wanting the ball, trying to get a hot route.
Oh, man, and I tell you what, that
And he
tight
didn't
end
see it.
kind of moved just a little bit fast. I was shocked the referee didn't catch that one. And where are you throwing the ball if you're Mokan?
I don't know.
I tell you why. Because that's the only thing that's been working on their offense. I know
Right.
a lot of people at home like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Even though that's the only thing working, coaching, Coach Lockwood said, I'm running the ball. I'm getting some clock movement. You're up by 8 because a pick 6 is not something you really want.
Right, and I'm still shocked not to see number 44, Briar Watkins, that tight end. Maybe he was bumped up yesterday or something, but he's been standing on the sideline for most of this game. And, you know, I think at least that he was one of the better players on that Mokan team yesterday, but not getting his number called today. And in turn, other guys stepping up, like we said, number 22, Braun Johnson, number 2, Cruz Lewandowski, Devin Hill Jr. having a heck of a game today as well. But now with 3:27, the clock stops again on that incomplete pass, and Mokan is facing 3rd and 10, this time from their own 20. So you've got 3 at the bottom of your screen. That's Hill Jr. He's made some plays. And number 4, the one man this game, Elijah Curtis, to score. And they're going to throw it over the middle.
Oh,
what a play! Number 23.
What a catch.
Blake Thomas moves them 20 yards downfield. And it's going to be 1st and 10, Mokan at their own 40. And as soon as these officials get set, we're going to milk the clock again. 3:20 for the moment is where it is staying. And there we go. So there's the signal from the white hat, and it's starting to tick down. 3:19, 18, 17, 16, 15. And for Mokan, that is exactly what you want. Kentucky did everything there but make the play when they needed to. Great pressure, great coverage, just not able to haul him into the middle of the field. Matney hands it off now. He's free. Can't see the number on that ball carrier. Swarm tackle by Kentucky, but
that's another
we're
first
talking
down.
Another 10-yard run. Number
2:50 left in the game.
Lewandowski, the ball carrier. He's been very effective today. Number 23, the man that just made that play on passing reception. Blake Thomas is bumped up. He's on the sideline. And Kentucky got an injured player as well. Number 18, Dixon Mount. He's a DB, plays really well. So 2 gamers both off the field right there for their respective teams. And Kentucky's head coach out there at midfield talking to the officials. We've got I'm not sure what's happening all of a sudden. We're talking it over in midfield for sure.
Yeah.
Where's old John Boy when you need him, if you're familiar with that YouTuber, famous for reading the lips of professional and collegiate athletes? And then on YouTube will tell you what he saw. One of my favorite YouTube channels. Ball's at the 50, 1st and 10. I think the trainer is walking across from one sideline to the other is what I'm going to guess. But you've got a team mom talking to the fans, and the fans, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But we're back at it, 50-yard line plays on the field. That's what we're here to focus on. A heck of a football game here. 2:46 on the clock. It stopped for the time being, but there it is, the signal. Now 2:45 and ticking, 44, 43, 42. They get it off at 41. Matney hands it off, number 2. No, I think that was number 7. It was. That is Kenzo Hawkerson. He's dropped for a loss of 5. 2nd and 15, 2:30 and ticking here. Got to think Kentucky keeping eyes on the clock, trying to save some timeouts for offense.
Yeah, that play clock right there.
Yep, there they go ahead and use it right there. Timeout called. It's a timeout, Kentucky. We'll go ahead and stay here for the moment. So 2:24 is what's left in this 4th quarter. Mokan at the current moment leads 8-0. We're going to recap on how we got there. So the 2 points first in the ball game. Kentucky deep in their own end zone on a 4th down situation. Instead of punting and giving great field position for the Mokan offense, Kentucky elects to take the safety, snap it out of bounds, and then kicks it off. And then on the ensuing kickoff, put Mokan deep back at their own 30 and able to keep them at bay for the rest of the first half. And it wasn't until just a little while ago, I can't remember if it was at the end of the 3rd or start of the 4th, that Mokan was able to score. Number 4, Elijah Curtis had a nice play on the far sideline and able to get it in. Here's Cruz Lewandowski. He breaks 3 tackles, 4 tackles, and is brought down. They're going to get him for a horse
If
collar.
that's a horse collar, that is huge.
Man.
Huge horse trailer. 100%. He grabbed it, but said better than a touchdown.
So the window of opportunity for Kentucky is just slowly and surely starting to close here as Mokan. Oh, man, spoke too soon. This one is against Mokan.
Whoa.
And so what would have been an automatic first with penalty yardage is now going to be a loss of 1. 2nd and 15 turns into 2nd and 16. And if you consider it a free play, that is what you're going to do. And for the time being, it's going to stop the clock.
I guess it's a horse collar if you just spin him around.
And it's still ticking. We're now at 2 minutes left to play in the 4th quarter, about the time that Mokan gets to the line. I've got 1:55 now. And they take all the time. Matney looks left, throws left. This
Good
one is
job by
batted
the
down.
big boy, number 60, jumped up and tapped the ball.
That's Emily Wilkins.
Yeah.
Emily Wilkins is a guy that's not going to make the play every time, but when you need him to do so, he will find a way.
No, I think this is one of the ones where Mama's going to yell at you. I know you said Emily. I'm thinking it's Imani.
Imani.
Yeah, Imani.
So what I'm going to do, Coach, is I'm going to say it both ways for the rest of the ball game, and I'm going to be correct 50% of the time.
That's
But what Mr. Wilkins has done for this Kentucky defense is he has now stopped the clock. 149 is on that incomplete pass, and it is 3rd and 16. So he's put his football team in a great possession to make something happen here. Matney looks left, throws left. It's high in
Ball's
the air.
up in the
32
air.
turns around and doesn't make the play.
go.
It was dropped by the offensive player, number 3, Devin Hill Jr. And I don't know that Devin Hill Jr. is hurt more than he's just disappointed in himself. I could be wrong, though. He's got that left arm, hasn't moved. He might have a stinger there.
yeah.
So let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, it's going to be 4th and 16, 143. You're listening to 7th grade football action here on the Path to Naples. This is the FBU Central Region Championship. All right, we're back. The injured Mokan player, number 3, Devin Hill Jr., able to walk off on his own accord, but still visually banged up right there. Mokan heads to the line. In his place is number 8, Connor Orth.
Now they're passing.
Matney goes
looking for
out
a
to the
first
right.
down.
It's one-on-one.
Oh, my goodness.
What a play, Elijah
Wow.
Curtis.
And that is all but break this game over.
Oh, my goodness. Number 4. No question who the player of the game is going to be right now for Mokan.
Definitely.
And you look out there, number 19, his teammate Mason McCarthy putting his hand on his head saying, yeah, you know, you got mossed. You went over and got him.
Yeah.
And I have to agree, that was a tough play, man. He's running to the near side pylon, ball over his right shoulder, got to contort his body, look back on it, and make a play, all with the defender in on him tightly. And we've got a timeout right there, but goodness gracious. You got to think that's all but going to do it for Mokan here.
Yeah.
128. You've got a new 4 set of downs. You're still in striking distance. Ball spotted at the 28 of Kentucky. And so you've got 4 plays to not only kill the clock, but maybe even add another one to it. The score currently is 8-0. Like I said, 128 is the time. But man, oh man, what a play again for Mokan number 4, Elijah Curtis. His dad played linebacker, Wilson Curtis, at Missouri Western, and his mom, Gayla Curtis, played college basketball at Baker University. So that's a young man that is no stranger to competitive sports. And looks, he says he's been on the MVP of many of his sports teams. And he's been to the AAU Junior Olympics 7 consecutive years for the 400-meter and the long jump. So that's a dude that he's just naturally gifted and good at everything.
Yeah. That's a dude that's being a dude.
Matney talking to his tight end over there on the right side. It's got to be a handoff. That's Lewandowski. A lot of Kentucky defenders in on the tackle.
Yeah, so we got, 120 left. Timeout called.
So it's got to be 118. That's Kentucky's 3rd and final. Maybe they could have one more. I've lost count. That's it. We're being told by Lockwood that's it. So 2nd and 8. And this Kentucky 7th grade emotionally in a completely different state than they were with 118 left to play yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know, Coach, man. I hate to harp on it because, at the end of the day, we're going to go home to a lot of the same places these guys are too. But
yeah.
Did all that dancing and celebrating yesterday kind of, set the tone, get us a little big-headed here? And
I think sometimes success can be.
Yeah, no. Not saying it says more than saying it right there, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, and
so here we go. 2nd and 8. Clock is stopped for the moment. Matney, 2 backs to each side. This was a botched play, though, but wide open. He's going to be able to pick up 6, if not more. That's a first down, Coach. That's it. That's going to do it.
I don't think there's nothing else to be done, right?
Yeah.
2 plays, 1 player.
Man, man.
That's it. Number 4, that play.
Elijah Curtis.
Down. Yeah.
And he's still out on the field at the top of your screen. Yeah, it's a victory. Oh, Matney, all he's got to do is kill the clock, and it's already counting down. 8, 7, 6 on the play clock. We're down to 40.
Yeah. I think the elements played a lot.
That's it right there.
To knock Kentucky's offense off scheme. But Mokan played their butts off. They just they played their butts off. They were the better team.
Sure did, yeah. Hats off to Mokan. They have a dogfight to get here. And so there it is. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Mokan
is
going
to Naples. Sunny Naples. Mokan's headed back.
Back-to-back visits.
And this Kentucky team back-to-back losses to this Mokan team. I can't wait to see this. If they go against each other next year, I can't wait to see
Right.
that. You know, that right there, oh, man. Oh, man. Well,
That's real. And in showbiz, we've got another broadcast we've got to get to you, and it's
do.
already currently scheduled, so we got to be quick with the post game here. Congratulations to Mokan, and good luck in 7th grade down your trip to Naples. And again, we want to give a shout out to the team mom from Mokan and all the listeners yesterday that made these beautiful rosters and info sheets available to us here
this
today
is
in the
awesome.
booth. Sure want to say thank you to them. And man, oh man, oh man, what a football game that was. But Coach, I mean, sure, the more deserving team won today. I know Kentucky was very, very sharp yesterday, but scoreless today.
Well, I put it to you like this. Mokan just told Kentucky, you can dance all the daggone time you want right now. You can celebrate all you want because you got a whole lot of time to do it.
Wow.
And no shots to Kentucky, but it is what it is. I mean, you had a great game. They looked real good yesterday, but this Mokan team is not that Indiana team.
No, it is not. And so the boys in red out there celebrating. There it is. You see it. Your final score one more time, 8-0.
Yeah.
Mokan victorious in this Central Regional Championship game. And they will be booking their trip to Naples, Florida to go down to the Paradise Coast to compete in the FBU National Championship against all the other regional winners in this beautiful country that we call United States of America. And so there's the banner right there. We're going to leave it on that closing scene. Well, you don't see it. You see the scoreboard. I see it. But nonetheless, for Coach Lockwood on camera, Coach Harmon, who is joined us as our producer, color, play-by-play, well, back and forth. I'm Matthew Schmuck, going to sign off. You have been listening to 7th grade football action of the FBU National Championship. Tune back in for our 8th grade game coming up next.